Welcome. Here I am at my 2021 KZ Escape E17 hatch, and in this video I'm going to talk about disconnecting the battery. So this is the off-grid edition, which means it has built-in solar. So this would also pertain to other models that have solar, or pretty much any RV that has solar. Before we disconnect the battery, we need to disconnect the solar. So let's head inside. Okay, so in this model of hatch, the solar charge controller is in the kitchen cabinet, so it's located here. Now this is an aftermarket one I put in. Mine came with the Go Power charge controller. And these are going to be similar. There's little icons for solar and battery. And on this one, we have icons for solar and battery. So solar is on the right here when we're looking at it from the back side. Now, one downside of this solar charge controller that came with it is there's a screw on either side of this and it was mounted to the back wall. And to disconnect the solar, you actually have to take this off the wall and turn it around. This aftermarket one I have has the terminals here. And this also had ring terminals, I think. So you have to take the screw completely out. And these I've installed ferrules on. But to disconnect the solar, I'll go over here to the positive lead. I'll loosen it. I'll pull that out. And I'll put that somewhere where it's not going to contact the terminal. Now, if you're going to be driving this, I would probably wrap some tape around there. But now the solar is disconnected, so we can go disconnect the battery. So here we're at the battery on the tongue. I'll first disconnect the negative. Now, when you disconnect, you want to make sure you're not using a tool that could bridge between the terminals. I'm using a 13mm socket. So I have this little battery monitor on here. This is the inverter cable. And this is the lead that ties the ground to the frame. And that's all that's on the negative side. Now we can remove the positive terminal, put the bolt back on the negative. Again, this thick one is the inverter, and this is the main power from the camper. Now you can run these without a battery. I'm guessing there's power going to this, so you would want to tape this up. You don't want it to contact a ground somewhere and short things out. Now the inverter leads could go flapping in the wind because they're not electrically connected to anything besides the inverter. And actually the breaker is off here also, and these would not run without a battery because this requires a battery. So now this battery can be removed. And you can see here, this battery box does not have a drain hole in it. Or maybe it does and it's clogged. But if you haven't checked yours, I would check it for water and then maybe drill some drain holes in it. So that's removing the battery from the KZ Escape hatch with the off-grid package. Now to reinstall the battery, you want to make sure you install the battery first and then reattach the solar panel. The whole reason we're doing this is that the solar charge controller can be damaged if you have the solar hooked up without a battery. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.